As you know, I've been helping to cover exposing the child maintenance service for what they have been getting up to and the problems they have been causing for separated families throughout this country of ours. Some of the stories I've been sent and some of the things I've been told are truly heartbreaking, shocking, and downright awful, and they should not have been allowed to happen. It's time that this agency, for what it's worth, is exposed and dealt with. In my mind, there should be a public inquiry at the very least. At the very most, they should be ripped to pieces and all those families compensated. If you are a parent who has had some kind of dealing with the child maintenance service or the child support agency, its predecessor, please subscribe to the channel, because you won't be alone in your views, your feelings, and there will be plenty more to come. I can guarantee you that. There was a piece on GB News earlier today involving talking about the child maintenance service. It was done by Richard Tice, and there was two individuals on there, both of which lost family members as a result of the pressure put on them by the CMS. I want to play you a short piece of video now, just the beginning of this, and we can see exactly what we're dealing with. Here's Richard. I'll make him full screen so you can hear.
Was the National Audit Office saying about the errors, the misstatements. Now, I've got here the accounts for 2022 and 2023 from the National Audit Office about the Child Maintenance Service. And when you read it, it's quite extraordinary. There is what's called an adverse accounting opinion, which basically means it can't be signed off as a true and fair record. Just listen to this. And I think we've got this on the screen. The aggregate total outstanding maintenance arrears balance is £196 million. Absolutely extraordinary. As at March 23, these balances are misstated as a result of a number of factors, most significantly due to errors in the historic underlying assessment calculations and adjustments to arrears balances in preparing this accounts that makes further errors likely. Now, I mean, that is really significant, £196 million. The consequences of that, individual cases will, of course, vary. Some might be small, some might be very large. But if individuals actually are constantly faced with arrears, errors that are way too high, then the tension, the pressure, the inability to pay when it's directly taken out of your wage packet is huge. And I'm joined in the studio by...
I implore you to go and watch that whole video. It's on the GB News website. It's about 8 minutes long. And as Richard started to say, he's got two people there who have lost family members because of the pressure put on them by the CMS. You can see that the figure of £196 million quoted there is not right. It's not correct. It's a fictional figure full of mistakes, if it exists at all, and lives are being turned upside down. The story about Ian Biggs' son is very tragic, and you can see the emotion in his voice. Go and listen to it. Ian, I will tell you now, has actually contacted me as well, and I hope to do something with him in the not too distant future. Another person who you know, Noel Wilcox, is very much involved in this, very, very much, and I'm in regular contact with Noel. Noel himself, and I think a friend of his, were affected to the point of desperation, sheer desperation by this organisation, and that's what spurred them into action in uncovering the truth of what's really going on. Now, where can you help? What we need is information. We need stories, your experiences. You can't get legal advice from anybody, any of us. We're not lawyers, but what we can do is help get the right information to the right places. In the description underneath this video, you'll find some information I'll read them off to you. cmssuicidewatch.org. Now, that is a website set up specifically to collate information from people about the experiences they've had with the CMS. We need statistics, we need stories, we need truths to help expose this organisation. There's a link there to the Reform Party, because they're, you know, a party which are pretty majorly looking into this, as well as a link tree linked to Noel Wilcox. So you can go and get in touch with him. And there's also a speech from Widdecombe on this as well. The links to all of these I will put in the description below, so you can go and see them in your own time. But really, folks, especially if you're involved in this, go and have a look at the video, see for yourself what was said. It's affected me. I actually feel quite emotional after listening to Ian's story. It's really bad, and you know, all we can do is help put an end to this. If you want to look at another one of my child maintenance videos, you do that one there. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.